Jai Mahamaya Ki Jai. So in our last discourse, we heard about the wedding of Sudasana and Sasakali, and how upset all the other kings were, and they're going to block the passageway so they cannot leave the kingdom with the plan to kill Sudasana and steal Sasakali away. So we'll continue with chapter 23. So Vedavyasa, the author, is telling this story, and he said, after paying due respects to his new son-in-law, the king Subahu cheerfully entertained him for 6 days with a variety of good dishes. Thus finishing off the marriage ceremony, the king, after consulting with his ministers, presented the bridegroom and the bride various jewels and ornaments and other things given on marriage occasions. Then the king of Benares, of brilliant splendor, heard from his messengers that the kings had obstructed the way back of Sudasana and became very absent-minded and anxious. Then Sudasana, a firm resolve, told his father-in-law, "O king, better now give us order that we may depart. We will go without any fear. O king, first we will halt at the holy hermitage of the Muni Bharadvaja, and next we will go, after due consideration, settle where we would. O fair one, you need not fear a bit for these kings. The mother of the universe, the Bhagavati Bhagavani, will surely protect us." Hearing thus his son-in-law's orders, the king Sabahu gave him a vast amount of wealth and bade him goodbye. Sudasana too quickly departed. The king Sabahu followed him with a long train of soldiers. Thus Sudasana went on in his journey fearless. The great hero Sudasana, the descendant of Raghu, with his new consort in the chariot and followed by many other chariots, saw the soldiers of the several kings. The king Sabahu, seeing them, became anxious, but Sudasana gladly took refuge with his whole heart of the all-auspicious goddess. Sudasana began to recite silently the excellent one-word seed mantra of the King of Desires, Kamaraja, and out of its power he and his wife remained in the chariot without any fear and sorrow. Then all the kings came there with their soldiers to fight with Sudasana and to carry away by force the bride. Thus a loud uproar arose. King Sabahu, seeing them, wanted to kill them, but Sudasana, the descendant of Raghu, repeatedly asked him not to do so. Loud noise arose, and then the uproar caused by the sound of conch shells and war drums, and kings on one side and Sabahu on the other, each of the two parties determining to extirpate the other. Satyajit, Sudasana's half-brother, prepared himself for the war to destroy his enemy, his brother. Udajit came there for his help, well equipped with army. Some other warrior kings remained there as witnesses with their soldiers. Then Udajit went in front of Sudasana. His younger brother Satyajit too attended Udajit to kill his brother in the battlefield. Then the warriors, overpowered with anger, shot each other with arrows. A great encounter then ensued in the battlefield with sharp arrows. King Sabahu hurriedly advanced there with a great body of army to relieve his son-in-law. Thus, when the dreadful war began to grow more and more horrible, the goddess Bhagavati suddenly appeared there, mounted on her lion. The beauty of her body was exceedingly lovely. She was adorned with various excellent ornaments, and she held various weapons. She wore divine clothing and the beautiful mandara garland suspended from her neck up to her knees. The kings were greatly astonished to see her. They began to argue, "Who is this lady mounted on a lion? Whence has she so suddenly come?" Beholding her, Sudasana told the king of Benares, "O king, behold, the divine Mahadevi has come here to favor us. She is very merciful. Now I am completely fearless." Sudasana and Sasakali were highly delighted to see the beautiful goddess and bowed down to her feet with great devotion. Then the lion, the vehicle of the goddess, roared, making tremendous noise. Hearing the roaring of the lion, all the elephants trembled. At that time, the winds began to blow violently, and the four quarters assumed an awful appearance. Then Sudasana told his general to carry soon his forces where the kings were staying, blocking his way. What could the vicious kings do now, though they had become very angry? The goddess Bhagavati had come there to save us. Now you will all go safely and calmly through the midst of the kings. See, at my remembering her, she has come here mercifully to save us. The general, on hearing these words, became ready to march by that route. Then Udajit, very much infuriated with anger, said to all the kings, "Why are you all so much fear-stricken? Kill this Sudasana, stealing away this bride. This lad, weak and without any support, will carry away by force and fearlessly this girl, spiting all the kings, and won't you be able to do anything? This is very strange. Are you afraid to see this one lady on a lion? O high-minded kings, never trifle away this boy. Kill him with all attention. Killing him, we will have taken away this beautiful princess. The jackal can never snatch away the lady under the grasp of a lion." Thus saying, the king Udajit, filled with anger, came to the battlefield with Satyajit and all his forces. That wicked king drew his bow string well nigh to his ear and shot arrow after arrow sharpened under stone and by blacksmith at Sudasana, with the object of killing him. Sudasana cut off all those arrows quickly with his own arrows. Thus, when the fight grew intense, the goddess Chandika became very much enraged and shot arrows at Udajit. Assuming diverse forms, the goddess Durga, holding various weapons, the auspicious mother of the universe, began to fight terribly in the battlefield. Satyajit and the king Udajit were killed in that terrible battle. Both of them fell dead from their chariots, and a shout of victory arose from the side of Sudasana. An adversarial uncle and cousin of King Sabahu, who were on the side of Udajit, were also killed. The king Sabahu, seeing them dead in the battlefield, became very much relieved and began to praise and sing hymns in honor of Durga Devi, the destroyer of all difficulties. He said, "I bow to the auspicious goddess Jagadatri. Again and again, I bow to the Bhagavati Durga, the bestower of the desires. I always now bow down to her who is auspicious, peace-giving, and the highest vidya. O Mother, O Giver of salvation, O auspicious one, you are pervading the whole universe. O World Mother and upholder of the universe, I bow down to thee. O World Mother, O Devi, you are devoid of prakritic qualities. You are full of qualities beyond the mind and speech. One cannot think out your powers by one's own mind. Mother, you are the highest force, ever willing to destroy the miseries of your devoted persons. Your influence is manifest everywhere. What eulogy can I sing to thee? O Devi, you are the goddess of Vak, speech, of all things. You are all the pervading intelligence, mind, effort, and movements. You are the controller of the minds of all. Therefore, how can I praise you, O goddess? You are the self of all. How can I sing eulogies to you, who are beyond speech and mind, and to the universal self? Brahma, Vishnu, and Shiva, and the other highest devas have not been able to find the limits of your qualities, though they are incessantly chanting your praises. O goddess, I am the small of the smallest. I am without qualifications and bound by prakritic qualities. I am ignorant as regards to all of these things. O Mother, I will never be able to describe your characteristics that are unfathomable. O Mother, why not good companionships affect the fulfillment of one's desires? The purification of my heart has been effected incidentally, O Mother. My son-in-law is wholly devoted to you. Accidentally there has arisen the connection between him and me, and it is on account of his connection that I have been able to see you. O Mother, today I've got, without any restraint and control of compassions, the rare vision of you who is wanted to be seen even by Brahma, Vishnu, and Shiva, Indra, and the other devas, and by the Munis who have attained their realizations. Therefore, who is there in this Triloka that is so fortunate as I am? O Bhavani, where am I, void of intelligence, and where is the rare vision of you, who is the only medicine of this disease of the ocean of this world? Still, O Mother, who is worshipped by the devas, I have got your vision. Now I've come to know that you always show mercy to your bhaktas, who are in their bhavas, mental images of yourself. O Goddess, you have saved Sudasana in this great war crisis, and you have slain these two powerful enemies. How can I describe your prowess in this matter? This I have understood, that your holy character ever shows mercy on your devotees. O Goddess, again, this is not a matter to be wondered at, if one considers for you and protecting this whole universe, moving and unmoving, and accordingly, you have now protected one out of your mercy, your Bhakta Sudasana, the son of Dhruva Sandhi, by killing his enemy. O Bhavani, it is not merely for the protection of your bhaktas engaged in your service that you show this favor, but also to extol the meritorious deeds of your bhaktas that you do such things. Otherwise, how is it that this bhakta, saint like Sudasana, by marrying my daughter, has got victory in this battlefield? O Mother, you are fully capable to destroy the fear of birth and death. What wonder is there that you fulfill the desires of your bhaktas? The bhaktas extol you by characterizing you as saguna, full of qualities, nirguna, devoid of any qualities, and apara, beyond all merits and demerits. O Goddess, O Bhuvaneshwari, I am fortunate that I have been able to see you, and thus all my duties have become crowned with success. O Mother, I have no practices in the shape of your meditation, nor do I know any seed mantras of yours. Today I have fully seen your glory manifested. Vedavyasa then said, thus extolled by the king Sabahu, the goddess Bhagavati, the bestower of the absolute freedom, was pleased and said, O thou practicer of good vows, ask a boon from me. Thus ends the 23rd chapter on the killing the enemy of Sudasana in the Great War in the Srimad Devi Bhagavatam of 18,000 verses by Maharishi Vedavyasa. Jai Mahamaya ki jai, Vishveshwari Mata ki jai, Bole Baba ki jai.